Hi, economy. Jason here. What do teachers, firefighters and bridges have in common? Well, nothing really except one thing. They are all funded by the government. Without the government paying for these things, kids won't be able to go to schools, buildings will just keep burning, and to get across the river, well, that's all on you. So where do governments get money from? As you probably already figured out from the title, governments makes most of their money through taxation. Now taxes can be confusing at times, even to Albert Einstein himself, who is pretty smart. He said, the hardest thing in the world to understand is the income tax. I mean, harder than the universe, the space-time, the science-free stuff. So if this is true, let's keep this simple. Basically, a tax is a fee charged by the government on a product, income, or activity. Taxes are used to raise money for government services. They help us afford services organizations might not pay for themselves. Things like healthcare, education, or firefighters. These are what you call public sectors, which are funded by the government. Taxation represents everyone in society pulling money together to set up a foundation of what society will look like, no matter how much you earn. The government goes around collecting money and uses it to do stuff that people can't do on their own. This can happen in a number of ways, some more direct than others. Now, taxes can be directly taken from your salary. This is what you call a direct taxation. Indirect taxation, on the other hand, are things like goods and services, such as pizza or video games. Now let's talk about how much you're actually gonna pay. Imagine you earn $10 a month and Bieber earns 100. The government comes out and say, I need to build a hospital. You both give half of your income. Half of 10 is 5, so after paying your taxes, you are left with $5. Half of 100 is 50, so Bieber is left with $50. You both paid 50% of your income in taxes. A tax like this, where everyone pays the same rate, is called a flat rate tax. However, he still has $50 and you only have 5. Bieber can still afford that 4K flat screen TV, but you might not be able to afford that Netflix subscription. And we all know what that means. By this logic, wealthier people should pay a higher tax rate to keep things fair. This is what you call a progressive taxation. So let's look at that same example but with progressive taxation. Bieber earns $100, so he still gets taxed 50%, whereas you only earn 10, so let's say you only get taxed 10%. That's one extra dollar. That's plenty enough for that Netflix and chill, subscription. Now, not everyone agrees with this idea, but it's used in a lot of countries in the world. Right, so what happens when the government runs out of money? Well, we answered that question for you in another video, but in the meantime, we have a question for you. Do you think we all should be paying the same amount of tax, or do you think a progressive taxation is fairer? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching.